Hey, this is Brian with worshiptutorials.com. I have a review today of a very essential piece of gear, for me at least, I know for a lot of guitar players, and it is a capo. This is the G7th Performance 2 capo. I did a series on capos a while back that has been pretty popular on the site, on the YouTube page here, and I talked about 3 or 4 different capos that I have owned in the past, and I really talked a lot about this G7th capo. This is the performance, like you could call it version 1 of the capo. I talked about this Planet Waves capo that's kind of like the quick change, kind of like a Kaiser, more of a design, and I talked about the Kaiser capo. But I really like this, I love this G7th capo, this silver one, the version 1, and it turns out that I got an email from a gentleman named Nick Campling, and Nick invented the G7th capo, and he wanted me to try out the version 2. So I got this from Nick, and I love this thing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why the G7th version Performance 2 capo really is the best capo I've ever played, and why I like it so much. So one of the first things that you'll notice about it, I've got both of these capos here. I don't know how well you can see this, but version 2 is right here, version 1 is right here. It is significantly smaller. So the version 2 capo is pretty chunky. It's got a nice bit of weight and heft to it. It actually makes it feel really nice, kind of like a high quality product. Version 2 is, it comes in different colors. I asked him for a black one because I just like the look of it. It's very sleek. It's a lot smaller, so it's the same basic design, you can see, but it's significantly thinner and lighter, which I like. And the other big difference on the version 2 capo from the version 1 is the release mechanism. So on the version 1 capo, both of these capos work. You open them up, you put them on the neck, and you just squeeze. And the amount of pressure that is applied is based on how hard you squeeze it, which I also really like because you can put exactly the right amount of pressure on the strings for whatever instrument that you're applying the capo. So to release it, there's 2 different mechanisms. First, I'll show you version 1. So you squeeze it, and there's a lever back here. Now you have to pull the lever down, and it releases. So you squeeze it, pull the lever down, and it releases. You might notice, just from watching me fiddle with it here, that it's hard to do this with one hand. So I'm going to put it on the guitar, and you can release it with one hand. You've got to grab it with your thumb. This is how I do it, and pull it, and it just releases. And it also kind of, you can notice your strings will sound when you do it too. So you just pull it, and it releases, and then you can put it wherever you'd like, squeeze it down. So it's not too hard to put on, but you have to kind of do this. You have to go here and here and here and here to get it on and off. Version 2 is a better design because all you do is squeeze. So there's still a lever here, but instead of pulling it down, you squeeze it up, which makes it much more convenient because you can just grab it with your thumb. So you can see that you can operate it with one hand when it's on the guitar very easily, because all you have to do is squeeze and move. Squeeze and move. So if you notice, I can go from capo, let's say I'm going to do a song capo 3, then I'm going to do a song capo 5. It was that fast. If you use a quick change capo like this, capo 3, capo 5, done. You can see that it doesn't really take any more time with this design. 3, 5, done. It's almost exactly the same amount of time and mental resources that you would use changing capo positions with the version 2 capo. Some other things I like about it, I've already talked about the size, but when it's on your guitar, it is very sleek. You can see that it really barely looks like there's anything there, which I really like. I don't like these capos where there's like this large mechanism sticking out the back end. I don't like that. to me, less is more when it comes to capos, I guess you could say. So I like that. Finally, I talked about this in my last video. Whatever the material is that this is made of has pulled pieces of the finish of the back of the neck of my guitar off. Now this is a Martin D35, and if you look on their website to see what it is made of, it just says lacquer. I don't know what that means necessarily. I think that could mean a lot of things. But Nick specifically told me, Nick from G7th, specifically told me that they engineered this material, and he said it will not interact with the materials that are used on guitars for finishes. And I can attest to that. I've been using this capo and this version 1 capo for a long time, for years. Been using this one for several months now, and it has not pulled any finish off the back of my beloved acoustic guitar, and I appreciate that. So, in my opinion, G7th Performance 2 capo really is the best capo that I've ever played. I like it a lot. It's available pretty much anywhere you can buy capos. Because this is worship tutorials, and I know a lot of you are worship leaders, maybe worship musicians, trying to get into maybe playing in the band at your church and that kind of thing. I'll say this too. One of the reasons Nick reached out to me is he attends a local church. These are made in England, so or they're designed in England. That's where the company is based, and Nick has formerly been on worship teams and played in bands and stuff in church, and been a part of the worship leading world. And his son, who is also joining his company as well, is currently on a worship team. And so he just has a heart for the church, and he's excited that we're using these capos, and I thought that was pretty cool. So thanks to Nick for reaching out to me, and I really recommend that you go check one of these out. Thanks. Bye. Hey, this is Brian with worshiptutorials.com. The music that you hear in the background right now is called pads, and I believe pads can help completely transform your worship sets. They can help you create awesome environments. They can really help you with transitions and just help make everything smooth. So what pads are is a sound bed that helps create warmth and atmosphere. If you head over to worshiptutorials.com by clicking the link here in the video, you can sample the pads, you can listen to the actual sounds that you will get, you can play along to them to see how they might work in your workflow. What you get are 12 MP3 files. They're 20 minutes long each. There is one file for each of the 12 major keys. These pads are not progression specific, so that means you don't need a click track. For example, if you're playing a song in the key of G, you can just play the key of G pad underneath your song, and anything you play in that key will just fit right in. It'll be seamless, and they just sound great. So head over to Worship Tutorials, check them out. I hope that these are helpful for you. Thanks.